Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Game Trail Pursuits Podcast. My name is Joshua Likens, and I'm your host. Today's episode is titled Dove Crazy, and trust me, there's a reason why. So, as of now, we are about 4 days away from Dove Opener, and I'm pretty excited. So, this weekend, I was out of state, and so I went down to my cousin's wedding, which was in Georgia, and it was beautiful. So, like, congratulations to them, of course. But like I said, I was out of the state, so I haven't had a chance yet to purchase my licenses. But this weekend I'll be doing that without a doubt. I was lucky enough to get the day off, so I will be shooting doves on opening day. For those who don't know, I am from Colorado, and Dove Opener is September 1st. And I was just looking, and the daily bag limit is 15, and your possession limit is 45. That's a lot of doves, especially between me and like five other people. Um, but I can't remember if that's the same as last year or not. I think it is, but I really didn't do my research for that. But anyway, I am excited about that. And a couple of my buddies and I have planned that this year we're going to dove hunt a couple of times. And once we all have quite a bit of doves, we're going to do like this huge barbecue with all of our friends and family. Um, so we're going to be making like Dove jalapeno poppers. We'll have your normal, probably like some ribs and burgers. Who knows? It's gonna be awesome. So there will be a video on opener whenever I go out. I'm going to record it. It might not be the best just because I don't know what I want to bring yet. I have not purchased like a GoPro or anything yet. That's something that I do want to do eventually. So it might be on my phone right now, or I might bring out my camera. We'll see. Um, and then this year, I was sitting here thinking, I'm either gonna, it was like my 12 gauge or my 20 gauge, but I definitely think I'm gonna go with the 20 gauge this year. For a dove, I don't think you really need a 12 gauge to kill a dove. Um, so this episode is called Dove Crazy, and I titled it Dove Crazy because last year, we used a couple decoys like mojos and stuff like that. And I just remember my buddy, uh one day we went out, we shot a couple doves, and we were leaving because the flight was over. And as we were leaving, my buddy grabbed his mojo and turned it on just for fun, and he's like, Josh, right in front of you. Do you see it? Josh is right in front of you. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And I'm looking and I can't see anything. That dove was flying so straight at my face that it was invisible. Right. And he's like holding his mojo right in front of me. And I don't see that dove until he's maybe less than 20 feet away from me. I'm not joking. That thing was close. And I was able to shoot it. And I thought that was really cool. But so I kind of want to talk about like what are the essentials, what are some things you should bring to a dove hunt that, with my experience within, 2 years of dove hunting. This being my second year. So, during last season, whenever I'd hunt with them, they had their dove decoys and we kind of hit a little bit better, but I don't think you necessarily need that. And the reason why is because when I took one of my other buddies out with me, we kind of sat right out in the open, and there was this nice little valley, and it was like a dove highway because doves were going through there like crazy. There was a tree right across the that little valley from us, and they would land there, we'd shoot them out, we'd have to go all the way down, all the way up, and we'd retrieve our dove and go back and sit. And it was definitely a lot of fun. But like I said, I don't really think that you need decoys for dove necessarily because it's early morning, they start flying. um for those who don't know, and I'm sure probably if you're listening to this you do know, but doves are their camouflage is amazing because when you shoot a dove, you really need to watch it. Like, you need to see from the impact of the bullet all the way till the dove's on the ground. You need to stare there and just walk. because I have shot so many doves, and not that I've lost them, but I have lost a couple. But when they land in those little like brushes and stuff like that, um, they're gone. They disappear. Like you'll be searching for like 20, 30 minutes before you even retrieve it. So I just think, dove hunting is unique. It's different, and I've had a lot of people asking me if they can go with me this year. Some family or older friends of mine. So I definitely think that's something I'm going to do for sure this year, just because you know that was one of those things I was always asking. Hey, please take me with you, yada yada yada. And now I got people asking me, and that makes me feel good. So I am gonna take some like example. One of my last jobs, I did construction, and the two guys that I work with, their dad was like the owner, and he loves hunting. He loves pheasant, goose, duck. He loves like bird hunting. So he did not do dove hunting last year or the last couple years. He's been wanting to go, and he asked me if I'd take him. So honestly, I'm very excited about that, and I will be taking him. And it'll probably be within like the first weekend, or I'll probably say the second weekend of Dove. Um, but one thing I also learned this year is they have dove banding. So it says some of these mourning doves are banded in Colorado and other states as a part of a program to monitor their status. And us hunters should report them, that we found him and harvested him. So, so banding. Let's talk about that for a second. And this is just kind of my knowledge on it. And like I said, I don't know everything, you know, and I am learning. But I know that ducks are banded. Like you could shoot a banded duck or a banded goose, and that's something that almost every bird hunter is, searches for. So I think that's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully, a banded dove is coming my way. But it's just exciting to see like these kind of things that they're doing now. And like I said, I don't know if they did this last year or not, but I am really getting into this more. I'm really paying attention, really going through the brochure. I was actually waiting for this brochure to come out since last year, and I want to say the beginning of June. Like I know they don't release it, but I was sitting there looking it up. When are they going to release it? When are they going to do the waterfall stamp? When are they going to do that? Like I have been on top of this, and the day that came out, I went to a gas station. I found this brochure, and I was reading it at work. I've been having a lot of fun with this. So anyway, doves, there is just so many of them. Like like I can't say they're an invasive species, but there's millions of them, and it's just awesome to see whenever I'm just driving through town or whatever the case, and you could just see so many of them. And then during like the opener, the first 2 weekends of dove, they're everywhere. You're always shooting them, and they slowly start to like disappear because they're hiding or they've moved, stuff like that. Um, but yeah, I am excited about this. So we have three different types of doves in Colorado. So we have the mourning dove, we have a white winged dove, and we have a Eurasian collared dove. So, and I also like to get the band-tailed pigeon stamp on mine too. I mean, last year I got it, and none of us even shot one. Okay. Um, I will say how I had been able to identify what is a dove, what's just a Tweety bird, what's just, other types of species of bird. Like where I'm at, they're everywhere. So it's like you really have to know what you're shooting at, because you can't just shoot at something random and call it good. Um, but like so for me here in Colorado, one thing I learned about doves is like the way they fly. Okay. So doves are fast, right? And when they're flying, they flap their wings and they stop and then they glide and they pick it up and they stop and they glide. And that's how I know that it's a dove, because we have other birds that like I want to say it looks like they're jumping in the air. It's like fly, drop, jump, fly, drop, jump. Like that's kind of how I've noticed things and how I've been able to like identify which birds I'm shooting. Like I said, doves are super fast. They are always on the ground. Like most of the time they're on the ground. You can see them flying up from there or flying in, and then we try to find them and scare them so we could shoot them. But so one of the stories I want to tell about this was when me and the same buddy who took me duck hunting, like I said, he really got me into a lot of this. Um, we showed up to the spot right at like right before sunrise, and we were walking through, and we must have hit like a little pile or something. There wasn't like a lot, I'll tell you that, but you could hear them just all flying. You can't see them because it's still a little dark, but like they're everywhere where we hunt. But we got to this little area. It was like a little, I'd say like crater almost. It's just like a little, you know, hole in the ground that we hid in. And it was, we took him and another buddy from work, and he'd never hunted before. He did get his license like a long time ago, but never hunted. So he was like, me for my first time duck hunting, he couldn't shoot a dove. And that's okay, you know? And they were like throwing little, like clay rocks that were on the ground and having him try and shoot at those, wouldn't be able to shoot those. And then he finally got on top of it and he was able to get him some doves. Um, but, you know, it was just always fun watching, you know, like five of us walking around. Like once they're done kind of doing their morning flight, just kind of walking around and trying to jump them. And we're all just shooting every which way, just having a good old time. Like, I mean, like I said, the way I fell in love with like duck hunting is the same way I fell in love with dove hunting. And I feel like it's going to be the same way I fall in with deer and elk and maybe one day a bear hunt. Who knows, you know? But, you know, it's the people that you surround yourself who know what they're doing, who are really good teachers. And and it's even better if you can learn from them. So I encourage everybody, you know, if you want to start hunting for waterfowl or, you know, maybe I mean, I've never done a um lost my train of thought here. Like I've never done like a grouse or a why am I losing it? Now I'm trying to look at this. Oh, pheasant, that's what it is. I've never done a pheasant hunt, so I can't even speak on if that's easy or hard. But okay, so here in Colorado, I do know that we have like a lot of pheasant farms. So you go in and you buy your birds, and then they throw them in a field, and then you hunt them. So it's like, I mean, like you're guaranteed a pheasant basically. But so I don't, and like I said, I can't speak on it, so I don't know how easy or hard it is. But I know if you want to get into like waterfowl and stuff like that, I learned a lot when it came to dove hunting because like you learn your shot. These are faster, some ducks, faster than some ducks. Um, but it's like, and it's a smaller target. So it's like you're learning a lot like on your aiming and everything. So I think dove is like a great start for anybody. And I honestly wish I started there. Um, but it's fun. I think it's really, really fun. So I'll just give you guys like the dove identification that's in the brochure just so you kind of know. But like a mourning dove, it says is 12 inches long from tip of beak to end of tail. It's a grayish brown color, long pointed tail, rapid wing beats, erratic flight path. And it has a soft cahoo, followed by several coos. And then a white winged dove is slightly larger than a mourning dove, has a gray brown color, it's long, moderately rounded tail, white bar on upper wing surface, soft call with a hoo 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 hoo, with the last note descending. And then we have a Eurasian collared dove, which is like 15 inches from tip of beak to end of tail, larger, heavier than a mourning dove, dark grayish brown color, long squared tail, thin black band on neck with white upper border, Gray belly and undertail coverts with a black on tail. Rapid three-part cooing. Cuckoo, cuckoo. Middle coo is longest. Did not know that. But even looking at these pictures, like it's kind of difficult to tell what what dove it is, I guess, because for all three of these doves, it's the same season, and well, I guess a Eurasian collared dove is apparently year round. So that's crazy. I didn't know that. But during the season of like your morning dove, um, you shoot all three, whatever, and it's kind of harder to tell unless you actually try and identify them. But they're all good. They all taste the same. But okay, so um, like I said, dove hunting is definitely a lot of fun. If I were to, tell anybody to do it, I'd tell everybody to do it. And I've taken a couple of my buddies. All right, so I took one of my buddies. He didn't have too much fun with it just because, like I said, they're smaller and they're fast. So it's like there's a lot that goes into it for you to understand what you're shooting at. And he didn't have a good time. He would do it again, he said, but he didn't get any doves. I think that day too, it's like I go at the best times and I'm going with my other buddies. So then when the time I take my other friends is normally at the part of the season where things die down, right? So it's like they have fun, but they're not having as much fun. So I need to work on that myself and taking them at the beginning instead of at the end because just like everything you hunt, like once the season opens, it's like those first couple days are probably your best bet in like a public area, I guess. So in a public area, it's like the best is like the first couple days because after that, it's like all the animals are hiding. They're running away, they're going somewhere else. So I need to work on that by taking my friends at the beginning instead of later in the season, just because they would have a better chance of getting things than later when it's like one every so often and someone has to take the shot kind of deal. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited. There's a lot to learn for me, and I'm excited to learn him. And I'm excited to get me some doves and show you guys how we process them and harvest them and how we cook them and what we do with them. Like, this channel is not just about um hunting. It's, we're going to do some fishing too. But during like the hunting season, I love to really focus my time on hunting. Um, I have no problem fishing here and there. We'll see what kind of works out best. Um, like I told you guys in the last episode, I love duck hunting. So once that happens, that's all I'll be focused on, honestly. But it also gets super cold out here, so we have ice fishing. And last year was my first year ice fishing too, and well, I'd say the beginning of this year. But no, I had a lot of fun ice fishing too. I caught this big old fish and trying to get him off the hook, he slipped and fell right back into the hole. Now, no pictures, no proof, but it was there. I saw it and I'm happy about it. So, anyway, sorry for segueing there. But yeah, dove hunting is right around the corner. 4 days. I'm excited. I can't wait to take people out or being taken out. Like, I'm excited and I can't wait to take you guys on this journey. We're literally right around the corner and it's going to be my first video and I can't wait to share that with you guys. So I hope you stay tuned, stay excited. Let's do this. Like, let's get her done. And, one thing I do want to throw in is here soon, the beginning of the podcast, I should have a intro song. I got one of my buddies from college. He's making it for me right now. I can't wait to hear it. I haven't heard it yet either. So I just can't wait to have you guys all involved in this stuff. So, all right. I know this was a shorter video, but I'm just happy to still talk with you guys. It's amazing. I enjoy it. So I hope you all have an amazing day or night. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Take care.